In this video, we're going to be sharing some tips and tricks on how to travel the world. Traveling the world is an incredible experience and we've been doing it for the last 3 years now, and if you've clicked on this video, you're probably thinking of taking that leap and leaving your old life behind and starting a new and exciting one.
We're going to be sharing some advice from our experience that's going to make your travel around the world go that little bit smoother. But before we get into it, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. So let's get into the video. So the first thing you're going to think about is, how will I afford to travel the world? Fortunately, there is many ways to travel. Some like to do it on a shoestring budget, that way you can travel a little bit longer.
This is our room, it is quite small, but we knew that when we booked it.
And others like to spend a little bit more on the luxurious side of travel.
And we're staying in the executive suite. It's absolutely massive, it's gorgeous, we love it, it's huge.
But of course, this way can burn through your savings.
We fall somewhere in the middle of all of this. Definitely don't look for the cheapest deals all of the time, but we don't check into 5-star hotels all of the time either. As you begin your travels, you'll start to figure out what kind of traveller that you are. Our advice would be to save as much money as you can before you go.
So for example, I worked 3 jobs in the months leading up to the day that we started our travels.
And I sold my car on top of my savings from work. Now this is not to say that you need thousands of euros in order to travel. There is many ways to stretch your money, and we will cover more of that in this video.
Next up is planning your trip. This can be really important, especially when it comes to finances. So if you decided that you want to travel to Europe and Greece is on your list, traveling to Greece anytime between June and September is going to be super expensive. But if you go in the months just before or after peak season, you will definitely spend less. Try look at April or October and you will see a big difference in the cost. This can really help with the longevity of your trip.
It's also very worthwhile looking at the weather or the seasons of the country that you want to visit. So for example, in Asia you can have wet and dry season, and each season can make your experience in that country a completely different one.
The joys of being in Thailand in September in rainy season. It's just after opening up, look. Oh my god.
We have been in Asia at both wet and dry season, and although wet season is not a complete deal breaker, you'll probably enjoy dry season a lot more. I know that we definitely did.
We're soaked. We got drenched on the bike on the way back.
So again, a good amount of research into your trip will help you make the best decision for your travels. Our next tip is one you do before you even get on that plane. Get travel medical insurance. You're going out into the great unknown, so having travel medical insurance is essential when travelling the world. We use Safety Wing and it's such a comfort to know that we're covered while on our travels. We're very grateful to have partnered with them for this video, and like we said, yeah, it just makes sense to have travel medical insurance.
With Safety Wing, it's really easy to get covered, and they're one of the most affordable options on the market. There is no pre-approval needed and it takes about 5 minutes to purchase. You can also do it on the same day that you fly out, or even if your trip has even started.
They also have a pay-as-you-go subscription, so you can cancel at any time. As you'll be travelling the world, it's good to know that Safety Wing covers you in over 180 countries. Now, if you're a content creator like us, you're going to have a lot of electronics. And even if you're not, you're still going to have your phone, and it's going to be out a lot of the time taking videos and taking pictures. So if the worst was to happen and anyone was to steal your phone or any other electronics, well, with Safety Wing you can add on electric theft insurance for up to $3,000 worth of electronic valuables.
Safety Wing also covers you for travel delays, lost checked luggage, personal liability and natural disasters.
Traveling the world is an incredible experience, as we will discuss more in this video, but it can also be very unpredictable.
Okay, bye.
So using Safety Wing has given us the peace of mind to know that we're covered on our travels.
We have left a link to Safety Wing in the video description, so if you want to find out more, just click the link. Another topic that causes some confusion when traveling the world is, what should you pack? There actually is no correct way to pack, so to speak, but what we found is that less is definitely more. We have went on trips with a huge amount of clothes and at least half stay in the suitcase.
You learn very quickly that you don't actually need a lot when you're travelling, and most of the time you do actually end up dressing for comfort, especially in hot climate countries. Remember, most of the places that you're going to are going to have a lot of shops anyway, so if you do get stuck and you need something that you forgot, you can just buy it there.
And keeping with the topic of packing, our next tip may be an obvious one for many of you, but for us, shamefully this is a new thing. Bring comfortable shoes. We tend to walk about 20 to 30,000 steps in a day, especially when we're exploring new places.
In warmer conditions, our go-to was always flip-flops or sandals. This has been our way since the beginning. Recently, we visited Spain and we decided to upgrade our shoe situation. They're not the most stylish of shoes, but they're very, very comfortable, and it's just something that we consider an absolute essential. Life can be made very easy by having a good pair of shoes.
They're a luminous green, they don't go with anything, but they're very, very comfortable.
Next up is understanding that it is scary travelling the world. You are travelling to the unknown, so it's going to be more than a little scary. You might even feel a little anxiety, especially at the beginning. It's perfectly normal.
Okay, we're complete novices at this. This is both our first one.
This is new to us completely. We've never ever been on an overnight train, and our first train in India as well. As you find your feet, that feeling does start to fade as your confidence starts to build.
Once you start navigating your way around places that you'd never thought you'd be, you do start to feel more comfortable in that situation.
Place is like a maze.
However you travel or whatever way will be down to you. We tend to throw ourselves into it and sort of deal and adapt as we go, but for you might prefer to dip your toe in and kind of ease your way into it. Just do what feels comfortable for you at that time and just allow yourself to grow into it.
Next piece of advice, you're not in as much control as you think. Go with the flow. This may be hard for some of you, but trust us, you learn pretty quickly that going with the flow is far better than stressing over every little thing. As we mentioned in the previous point, is that one of our strong suits is adapting to the situation.
Of course, this is difficult, but as time goes on, it does get a little bit easier to adopt that attitude. Travel can make you very, very resilient, so just keep that in mind when things don't go as planned. Next up, this one again will lean on the previous points, is to be open-minded but also be aware. You need to find a balance of not closing yourself off to people and experiences, but also understanding that there is potential danger in any given situation.
Meeting new people is without a doubt the best part of travelling, so make sure you do not close yourself off to meeting people. Generally, common sense will be a big play here. Not everyone is going to be your friend, but not everyone wants to harm you either. This is again one of those things that gets easier the more you travel.
An example of a situation that you definitely want to avoid but could very easily find yourself in is one that happened to us on a train in Japan. We met this guy on the train, very casual conversation. He wasn't actually from Japan, but we had a chat anyway. He asked us our names, which we said what our names were. He asked us what hotel we were staying in. Now, as a rule, we never tell anyone what hotel that we're staying in. We're very vague. We say we can't remember. It's up this way, it's up that way. He also asked us what we had done in the city since we arrived and what our plans were tomorrow. Again, we kept it very vague. We said we were unsure. But just as an example of how a conversation like that can go, is he asked us our names, which we told him. He also asked us our hotel. Now, if we had have told him what hotel we were staying in, he would have now known our names and what hotels we were in. And he asked us our plans for tomorrow. Now, if we had have told him we were going to, I don't know, Disneyland, he now knows our name, what hotel we're staying in, and that we're out for the entire day tomorrow. So that's just too much information for just a random person to know. It's not rude to say, I'm not telling you what hotel we're staying. You know, you don't have to be so open with every single person. Now, that guy could have genuinely been just friendly, but there is certain things that you just want to keep to yourself. So that's what I mean by being aware of potential danger.
Next up is how to pay for things while travelling. It really depends where you go nowadays. If you're in Europe, pretty much everything can be paid by tapping your card or your phone. We use Revolut for 99% of our transactions. We'll have the bulk of our finances in our Irish bank account, and then we simply transfer from that one to our Revolut, and then we simply tap our card or our phone. Cash becomes a little more relevant if you're in certain situations. So for example, in Asia, a lot of the street markets will be cash only. Visiting these markets are a must if you visit Asia, so yeah, you're definitely going to need cash there. You don't need amounts of cash, as we said. In Asia, you can still pay for the majority of things using your card or your phone, but having some cash will help you on your travels.
Another reason travelling the world is such an incredible experience is the food. Getting involved with the local street food is going to add so much to your trip. 99% of it is delicious, and it usually tastes like something that you've never tried before. In a weird way, it also gives you a better connection to that country, how they live and their culture.
And going back to money again, it's usually a lot cheaper than restaurants and Western brand foods. Some countries will pose more of a threat in regards to food poisoning. We tend to make practical decisions with street foods. Luckily for us, we've been fine so far. It's amazing. Wow.
Is it really?
It really is good. Yes, it's so good. I love Thai food. It gets better and better, honestly. But again, as we said earlier, having that travel medical insurance with Safety Wing is going to really come in handy here if you are unfortunate and you do get sick.
But to sum up, you are going to miss out on some of the best experiences of travelling by avoiding the local street foods. So don't overthink about it and get involved. Next up on this top things to know about travelling the world is get connected. Now it goes without saying that being connected to the internet is going to have huge benefits on your trip. This will allow you to find out where you're going, help with booking hotels, and just so many day-to-day uses.
But also having a SIM will allow you to have a contact number from that country. You'll want to be able to make calls and receive calls. Being able to make calls will be an essential when travelling, especially when it comes to safety. And on the topic of safety and mobile phones, learn the emergency number for the country that you're in. You'll never know when you're going to need it. Next up, booking hotels and accommodation. We use booking.com for most of our accommodation options. We also get a small discount because we use the app so much, so that's really helpful. A lot of people use Airbnb. Now, to be honest, we've never seen a place on Airbnb to be as cheap as booking.com or any other app. Airbnb just always seems so expensive to us.
There is a theory that walking up to the hotel and making a booking directly can be cheaper. We actually have tried this a couple of times and we haven't got it cheaper at all. Maybe it just depends on the place or the country that you're in, but for us we didn't have any joy with that method. So to sum up, booking.com all the way.
On to the next one. Unless you're renting a car, you will be relying on public transport to explore the brand new countries that you're going to be visiting. For taxis, we usually use Uber or Grab or Bolt. If you're in a country that these apps aren't available, then find out the equivalent and make sure that you download that. Majority of the time, it's way cheaper and you cut out all the haggling and the potential issues with the price. An example of this would be if you pull a taxi on the side of the street, they might tell you it's €5, and then by the time you get out, they might say, oh, it was actually €5 per person. This happened to us a good bit in India. So yeah, you just avoid all this by actually booking through the prepaid apps.
For longer trips, we would recommend researching how the locals do it. We have taken so many local buses and overnight trains, especially in India, and honestly, they are fine. The main reason that you would use them is they are a fraction of the price of flying, plus they add to your travel experience. Remember, if you're travelling the world, these are the type of experiences that you want to chase.
Lastly, learn to enjoy it. For many, travel can be really stressful. It very rarely goes according to plan all of the time. Understand that that is all part of the experience. Embrace it all and try and look on the positive of everything. Remind yourself that there was a time that you sat at home wishing one day to be in the situation you are in now. Your perspective is everything. Take plenty of pictures.
Look at the size of him. How do you know how to work a phone?
One thing we absolutely love about making travel videos is one day we'll look back on all of the adventures we were on. That reminder becomes priceless over time. Anyway, we hope we covered everything in this video. We hope you liked the video as well, and thanks so much for watching. If you did like it, of course, please do give it a thumbs up.
If you've got any questions on any of the topics that we spoke about in this video, please leave them in the comments below. You can also follow us on our other social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'll leave them in the video description.
So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.